What is going on, Herd? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today we're going to be returning back to the Desert Drift video series where we purchase them in-game, build them up to drift spec, and test them rigorously to see if they have the ability to be drift cars. There you have it. Right there, that's the one we're going to be testing today. I was just about to turn in for the night. It's 12:30 in the morning. Not turn in for the night as I go to sleep, but I wanted to kick back, relax, pretty much call it a night, get ready for my work shift tomorrow. You know, I logged on to YouTube, started reading through the comments, and it didn't take long to see it. I've seen it again and again and again, and you guys want to see this one. As you've seen, this thing did show up here, so let's get the hell out of this thing. First person zoom through here. Zinging. So I know that I've been slacking on kind of testing these newer cars, but from what I understand and what you guys have all told me, I really listen to the comments. I go through and I read them all. If I don't respond to them, if I don't literally hit like or give them the whatever, the Black Sheep TV heart, whatever it is there, I'm still reading through them the best I can on break at work or whatever. Is this it? That's it right there. All right, let's see this thing. This thing is very interesting. I don't really know even what it's modeled after. So it's on the Southern San Andreas Super Autos, the Vulcar. I'm not exactly even sure what brand that's supposed to be modeled after. I'm gonna actually have to look this thing up a little bit. It's a sports classic car, two-door sedan, obviously given to us in the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. 797,000 as we're showing here. So it's claiming that it is taking its appearance from the first generation Volvo 242 two-door sedan. So two-door sedan? I've heard that before, but I really have never understood that. So maybe someone can clarify that in the comments. Volvo 200 series, 240 and 260 series. Kind of just arrangement. All right, so it's a Volvo. All right, whatever. Okay, it's nothing too special. But we've never really been too hell-bent on that. Oh, really? Alright. Okay. Alright, let's bring this thing to the shop. It already put a big smile on my face just already with this ridiculous burnout. The single gear drift on this thing is insane. It has a clutch kick too. Okay. Alright, I'm excited. You got me excited. So when I get into a vehicle that has a cool handling line like this, it reminds me of like the Viceris or the 900R on the first days, where even though I didn't get to drift the 900R, I don't want to say like or appear like I did. I'm just saying that the car's handling line gets changed, and we get kind of left with the remnants of what the community wants and not what we want. Now this car really isn't a car that I see the community of any sort complaining about. So if this is a really, really good drift car, it's only, you know, 800 grand. Well, only 800 grand. I get that. It'll be $1 million car by the time we're done here. But needless to say, let's just keep our mouth shut. Let's see what we got here. All right, so you guys know me. I usually don't do the armor and brakes on my vehicles. Let's check out the bumpers. See what kind of customizations we got. Kind of more of a rally layout. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, let's do it to them. Match it. Bada bang. Exhaust. Okay, so we're at a very, full muffler. Okay, that's looking better. Instead of going full Japanese on them, let's go more, you know, Swedish American here. With a little JDM taste there with the cooked titanium on the end. No bombs. Fenders, what do we got for fenders? Well, no, I don't want to sticker bomb it. Yeah, okay, so this is mainly a rally build, but I can get rid of those lights. I like that. Let's get rid of those lights. Hood, what do we got for hood? Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, okay, alright, okay. No words needed, plain and simple is what it's called. No words needed. I like the single turbo, I do. I don't know what it is about it. I kind of like the hood as well. Again, just, I know some of you might be wanting to see that. Kind of looks like a 2JZ a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to stick with the single turbo. Alright, so I'll save you guys the hassle in that. That took only about actually it took about 12 minutes. 12 minutes to be precise. Felter brown with the race yellow secondary. I don't know why I'm feeling this color, but I'm feeling it on this build. Roll cage, let's put it in there. Nothing on the roof. I mean, the roof, all this stuff on the roof just kind of looks ridiculous, especially for a drift build, so nothing there. Spoiler. Does that even look good, though? I mean, obviously, we're not going to put a spoiler on a drift build, but it doesn't seem to affect it a whole lot. Just a tiny bit. Again, not going to do it, so don't get me wrong. That adds in some subwoofer ports killed by the rain. That looks like subwoofer port. I don't know. We're just going to leave it with nothing. Suspension. Now, I think this is where it's going to look nice. Whoa. 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 This is what I've been waiting for. Where you been at, Rockstar? There's a few other things I've been waiting for that are down this level here. People have been asking me, oh, now Rockstar needs to be stance. It needs to be a stance game, huh? You need to have it, because I've been talking about trucks. I want to have a wide stance truck. Oh, now they be standing. Go, look at this shit, okay? All right? Let me tell you that right now. Look at this. Oh, yeah, it's got to be. And if this thing oh, man, yeah, of course. Of course, we're going to go max. Do we go max Camby? Max Camber. That's where we're going. We're just going to go for that. Transmission. We got to do it. Now I'm pumped. I knew this thing was going to look good when I didn't know it was going to be like this, okay? I didn't know. I should have assumed this style of camber, this amount of camber, you're going to want some type of amount of rubber on there. So let's check out muscle first off. Start from the bottom. That looks good. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking, bringing a little bit more Japan in it. I almost want to get rid of the turbo now, guys. I know that sounds stupid, but man. Oh, those look good too. That's the meat we needed. Let's go back to the muscle. That would look nice on there with that camber, but I'm not gonna mess with it, guys. I'm so excited to see Rockstar add something like this in. I really am. Yeah, we put the limo on there already. That might be overdoing it a bit, but okay. Now here comes the issue, and this is kind of why I've been holding off with the new character. I don't want to release too much of the new drift tracks. I only have a couple that have been actually fully made, and I really only have one that I could fully access right now. Man, even in the dark, this car looks so nice. I'm not even letting off the gas. This car is insane. This has got to be a fun first-person car. Look out, Schwarzer. Look out, Faction. That stance, though, is just nuts. Okay, so as I was saying before I Paige, damn it, not the time. All right? I'm in my little in-love moment here, okay? Rockstar finally did us right, pun intended. What I am saying is I'll give you guys a little something, and it's not necessarily going to be fully drift-related. Tony, you too? You son of a gun. Not going to be fully drift-related, but it has a little drift track on it, and I'm willing to show you guys, because it's going to be one of the big first things that I want to hold. It'll be an easy night to have in an event, and can easily allow me to schedule it, and therefore easily allow me to start scheduling the second event as well. Now this will all start getting released. If you have not been watching the new character, obviously this is kind of dictating when things are getting released. Go check it out. Obviously the New Beginning series in season 1 bringing us through the brand new character, what it's like to start a new character in 2019, what the grind's like, is it worth it? You know, what's it like compared to day one, all that stuff. It's actually been a very, very fun road. Guys, I am so pumped with this car. I kind of want to get rid of the turbo. I want just a little bit of a cleaner build would be nice, in my opinion. It kind of gives it more of a Japanese drift feel. And I know it's a Volvo or whatever, but getting rid of that turbo, I think really it's not the turbo, it's the blue wrapping on the turbo. So here's where it gets interesting. I want to see if this thing stances. Oh, it stances. Okay, so now I need to go back. I need to start, you know, giving some vehicles some chances. Maybe I need to go check that gauntlet out. I want to definitely check the new gauntlet out when it comes. I'm buying that car no matter what. I got to add it to the collection. I'm a car collector in the game now, okay? Maybe you don't know about it. Well, you don't know about it because, you know, we're ahead of that time. Oh, man, now she's super, super stanced. She's nutty stanced. Now, she's pretty much... Is she dragging on the ground? Oh, maybe not. Not quite. No, not quite. Not quite. Okay, we got a little clearance. So where we're pulling up right now, guys, is called Los Santos International. This is predominantly a drag strip, but over here in the corner, we got a little something for the dragsters to have their fun with. And I just kind of want to see how this car handles over here. This track's a little too skinny for me to get a full assessment of this car, so we are going to bring it into free mode. Because no drift car has been on this track yet, let me say that. Alright guys, so the color looks nice. I must say the color turned out quite nice. I like that a lot. Oh, that's not the right angle. This is the nice angle here. I'm probably going to mess with the suspension a little bit. I'm going to move it up 1 notch, maybe even 2 notches up, a little less camber. It's straight up like Bosazoku status right now. I don't know. I want to make it more drift build. I really, really respect the camber. I'm not complaining one little bit that this is an op. What? God damn it! So one thing I noticed that it's a lot of wheel spin based on power, okay? Which means that what I'm trying to say is the handbrake, the slide on the handbrake, or the brakes in general seem to be, it's a bit more grippy in that sense, where you pull the handbrake and, I mean, yeah, it still slides really well, but it's more grip there than what you would expect. You want to rely more on the power, unless you throw it at a more of an aggressive, I'll try to get around this corner. Obviously a more aggressive, like this, you know, aggressive angle. I think the car is great. I think that's what you're all expecting to hear, and I don't know why you would expect to hear any less. The car is very, very great. It's something in the drift community that I feel like we've been waiting for a while. My biggest worry is that they're just going to change it on us, though. That's honestly, that's my worry. There's too much of the change. When we get a really good handling line within our community, there's seems to be a change. So I'm ready to give this thing a grade. If you're not acquainted with the Does It Drift series, let's get into it. We do grade these vehicles on 3 separate aspects, cost being the first one, driftability being the second, and efficiency as a drift vehicle being the third. So first off, this is an $800,000 vehicle. We kind of wasted about, what, 15 grand on that hood, but all in all, and a little bit on our suspension too. Generally, you can probably get this vehicle for, you can get it in a good driftable fashion without chrome wheels and the full decked out paint and all that stuff for probably, well, for sure under 1 million. So this is a good vehicle in the cost and definitely what it has to offer. It's a cool vehicle. I'm definitely going to be dabbling around with this vehicle a bit more. I might even buy a second one to have one much more Japanese JDM style. I don't know for sure. I just started drifting this thing, but man, it is a very, very cool vehicle. Cost on it, I'm gonna definitely give this thing, for what it has to offer and the unique ability and the way it looks and all the customizations and everything it has to offer, I have to give it at least a 9.5. I mean, the reason why I wouldn't maybe give it a 10 is something like the Rapid GT being so cheap and so efficient and all that good stuff, but also we did give the 380Z quite a good cost rate, and it was a $3 million car. I think I did overgrade that a bit on the cost. It probably deserved more in the range of a 7, but hey, it's done and over. We're not going to focus on that. Let's more focus on this. I think I'm going to give it a 10, guys. I think it's just worth it. I know it's a $1 million car. I know you're going to have to spend a bit of money on it, but with that unique ability, with the camber and all of the upgrades, all of the cosmetic changes, all of that stuff, I think this is a really cool pickup to your drift garage. So cost, let's just be straightforward. I'm going to give it a 10. We don't have to waste any time on driftability. It's a 10 out of 10, a very unique, completely new handling line, a very unique drift line. I really enjoy this vehicle as it stands. I hope it doesn't get altered up. That's where I'm going to hold off on getting a second vehicle until I know for sure, a month or so in, that it's just as it was on day one. But this is a very cool car. It doesn't seem to be so much affected by curbs like the Willard Faction is and all that stuff too, which, oh, that's a good thing, but that's not such a good thing. We just busted up our vehicle. But that's going to bring us into efficiency, and part of efficiency is stancing and then how the vehicle handles damage, front end damage, rear end damage, all that stuff. So let's damage up the vehicle. While we are damaging up the vehicle, specifically trying to hit that back end, that rear end up a bit, let's talk about the stance ability and how it stances. This is easily driftable in free mode, easily stanceable in free mode without really any worry that you're going to mess up the car. So much torque in this car, that's really how I can explain it. The first gear low end torque and just the power in the low end is so crazy. As soon as it shifts, you get it up into second gear. First gear, okay, we're in second gear. Yeah, you just got to hit that clutch kick, that speed boost glitch once you get up into second gear. It's got to happen. But the first, I mean, it's a phenomenal first gear drifter. I think this would easily take the best first gear drifting spot from the Mamba, and that says a lot because that car is a really good first gear drifter. So is the Schwarzer, don't get me wrong. The Faction is too, but I don't know, over time you realize that the curbs are such the factor. Too much of a factor for the Willard Faction. So efficiency, it gets no negatives when it comes to stancing. I don't know, man. This thing really handles damage like a champ. I mean, we lost our front fender. I've smashed out my rear end pretty well. We're missing our rear bumper completely. And I'm not seeing one little bit of any shake or bump in this car. This is a drifter's car. Since I haven't knocked it one little bit on anything, and I really can't come to any point on knocking it here, guys, we have a ding ding ding, a 30 out of 30 here in the Does It Drift series, one of very few. Now with that said, guys, if you're out there enjoying this car, leave a like below. If you enjoy this series, the Does It Drift series, if you want to see more within it, I appreciate all those comments. If you don't see me responding, it doesn't mean that I didn't read your comment. Actually, it's probably much more in the opposite, but that's really not what this video is about, and that's not the point behind it. I just want to say that I do try to pay attention to my fan base. Comments aside, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. With that said, as always, hope you all stay happy out there. Please stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.